Alright guys, so it's a little bit rainy, it's a little bit windy, so hopefully the audio turns out okay on this. If it does, I'll use it. So if you're seeing this, it worked out fine. But the car in phase 1 is sort of finished, which means it's ready for roadworthy inspection and registration. So there it is. We've got the new headlights with LED globes, we've got the LED indicators, we've got the fog lights, front lip is on, wheels are on, brakes are done, window tints off that was bubbly and purple, car is painted, brand new drive shaft, brand new steering rack boots, steering wheel is leather wrapped, the car is pretty neat otherwise. Just waiting on some more of these clips. I ran out, so I got to wait for another batch. They come in batches of 20 and you need about 15 per side. I really didn't figure that one out when I ordered it, but just want to do the walk around today and go over all of the things on the car that's changed. We've got LED lights, reverse indicators, brake and tail lights. We've got LED lights for the third brake light up here. So that's all done. I've blacked out the badges. I've even gone for the LED number plate lights up there, so it's a full set, it's not just replacing the globes. The rims and tires look awesome on the car. Those are the cheapest tires I could find with the cheapest wheels I could find, all balanced up. They only took like the tiniest counterweights to balance the wheels and tires, so I'm really happy with that. Usually when you buy cheap stuff, they just cake them full of what tire weights and balances, because they're such a poor quality build that everything is out of balance, it's out of whack. So but these turn out really awesome. So I just wanted to bring the car down and just film a walk around, because although I'm not 100% happy with the paint, I'm happy with how it's turned out, considering it was painted in a driveway with rattle cans. I'm really happy with those headlights. They are so bright and so white. Click on the hazards so you can see how bright the LEDs are. So I've got replacement blacked out LED ones that have a strip that go along on the side, so they're just waiting to go in after the registration. They are super bright. And you got the reflector there as well, and in the back just upgraded those to really bright LEDs. The rain's starting to come down now, which is typical of Melbourne. Sunny one minute, rainy the next. The front lip turned out alright. It looked like a bit of a fail putting it on, but it worked well. The rain actually makes the car look a lot better than it is. Like when you see photos on car sales of a car that's just been washed, they do that so you can't see all the imperfections in the paint. So it actually helps my cause out today. The car's looking awesome. I've still got an engine light on in the car. I don't know what that is from, because even though I bought an OBD2 reader, because Google told me that EK Civics had one, but in Australia we didn't actually get the OBD2 port. So without that port, I don't know how I'm going to figure out what that light is. I have a feeling that the globe was blown in the old dash cluster, and when I put the new one in and replaced all the globes, now I've got an engine light. So ignorance was bliss, but the car drives fine, runs fine, idles fine, everything works on it. So I'm not too worried about it. We just need this engine to pass registration, and then it's on to performance mods. And that'll be phase 2, will be suspension, radiator, and finding a donor car to rip all the drivetrain out of. The reason the car is called a GTR killer is because eventually I want it to be able to beat a GTR in more ways than one. So not only down a quarter mile, but also value for money and performance for money, kilowatts per dollar, all those things. And the reason why I've chosen to go after GTRs is I've owned a couple of them. They were quite powerful, quite fast, really, really good street cars. If you want to beat anything in a straight line or around a track on a reasonable budget, the best car to go for is a GTR, hands down. We all know that. And the reason why I didn't call this a supercar killer is because, one, there's a million other supercar killer projects online. There's supercar builds, there's wrecked supercars getting rebuilt, there's supercar killer GTRs, there's supercar killer Civics, and everything else in between. But what kills a supercar? Well, a GTR kills all, decimates all. So that's why I wanted to go after GTRs. I love GTRs. I'm a Nissan man at heart. I'm learning about Hondas, but that was the reason why I went with that. The reason why I went with a sedan though over the hatchback is it has the same wheelbase as a CRV, which is the all-wheel drive conversion that I want to go with. So I'll put the 2.4 litre CRV, running gear, gearbox, tail shaft, drive shaft, everything in this car. It comes standard with rear disc brakes, which the hatch doesn't. It comes standard with a tachometer, which the hatch doesn't, because you're going to need that. So they're just a couple of reasons why I've chosen the sedan. Oh, and the third one was the hatches, for some reason, although they were cheaper to buy brand new, because of this Type R, you know, Mugen, all these hectic things, and all the Rices and all the young kids, P-platers, the hatchback seems to be fetching more money on the second-hand market, whereas the sedan was more expensive to buy brand new, but it's cheaper to buy second-hand. So again, value for money, I went for the sedan. We've got back seats, which is a bonus. So that was another reason. Disc brakes, tacho, cheaper, the wheelbase, all those reasons. Now, the reason that I went to go with a black paint was because, one, it was a challenge. Two, it's just straight jet black, which means there's no tinter, there's no colors, there's no mixing of any paint at all to do. It's just straight out of the jet black paint can. So there's nothing to add to it, which means I can match this paint 1,000 times over and I'm not going to have an issue with color matching down the track. If I scrape here or there, or I replace a panel, or something happens, I can just repaint that door, that guard, that bonnet, whatever it is. So that was the reason why I wanted to do that. And also, you know, people probably said that I couldn't do it, and that you know, black's the hardest to look after, which it is. It's the hardest to paint, which it's not. You actually get good coverage, you can see where you've been. It covers everything. The original color of the car was a dark green. If I had have gone with white, which would be the safe choice, I would have to put on a lot of white paint to make sure that I covered all that green, all that undercoat and everything, just to make sure that the coverage was even. So I hope you like the build so far. If you do, stick around. It's time for performance mods. Being that it's close to Christmas, realistically nothing's going to happen on the car from now on until next year, 2020. But 2020, by the end of January, hopefully, I'll be sourcing a CRV to strip down, so we get to watch the teardown of that, and then we get started on performance engine work. So that'll be fun. That'll be more interesting than watching me sandpaper. I'm really looking forward to it, so thanks for sticking around with me so far. We've gone over 50 subscribers now, which one day hopefully we'll all look back and laugh and go, wow, you know, I was one of the OG subscribers, or you know, I was there when this guy picked up this car and started building it. So that's where I want to be. I want to be a YouTuber, and I want to build a following and a fan base and get this project up and running, grab a few sponsors. I would really love it here down in Melbourne if there was another Honda person or someone who's done something similar, or any workshops that want to reach out and help out with the build, because you know, it's getting pretty boring just doing it by myself. I don't know a lot of people down here, so I'd love to make some friends, and I'd love to bring some more people onto the channel to help out. So yeah, if you're in Melbourne, you have a passion for Hondas or cars, and you'd like to be part of a YouTube channel, hit me up. We can have a meetup and a chat, and we can work out how we can work together and help each other out. I can help you on your car, you can help me on mine, and we can just start building a team that way, and hopefully on to bigger and better things. I hope you liked the video, I hope you liked the car, and I hope you like the progress. Stick around, the best is yet to come. So have a happy new year and a merry and safe Christmas, everyone, and I really hope to see you here back next year when we start to go fast and live up to the Turbo Tristan name and the GTR Killer name. So thanks again, everyone, and hope you have a safe and happy holiday season. Thanks, catch ya.